Good morning, everyone. This webinar, as we have already mentioned in the emails we sent you these days, will be focused on questions, especially your questions regarding the new plans and prices of Spoki. Let's try to do a recap. That's a quick summary of what the new prices and plans will be from Friday, or rather from Saturday, because the 15th is a Saturday. Thank you. The current non-state consumption and recharge logic will be seamless for the new plans. Starting February 15th, revised plans will be reviewed and the new plans will take into consideration a matrix where on one side we have the platform features we intend to use, and on the other side we have the total number of conversations we intend to conduct during the month. From this combination derives the cost of the monthly subscription, which can be revised at any time. We can do upgrades and downgrades, because a new feature is that we have a completely free plan. So at any time, we have the possibility to change and modify the plan at our complete disposal. This will be applicable only for the new plans, while for the old plans, therefore for the old customers, we have the possibility to migrate them by May. Regarding this, we wanted to know, first of all, if everything is clear, if you had any questions related to the management, and if the discussion we had is also clear. We tried to better differentiate what our partners are, especially considering three major categories: the agency, reseller, and the affiliate. The affiliate. Maybe we can start by recapping what we had identified. The affiliate, they have the opportunity to offer our services and earn up to 20% annually from the consumption and thus from the use of the plan. The agencies are fundamentally the communication agencies as we know them today, which have the ability to activate new plans, manage them, provide onboarding and support, and receive a cashback for every consumption, for every customer subscription. Finally, we have the resellers, who are those who purchase a package of plan in advance to then resell them at the price they deem most appropriate and suitable. In this case, we have a revenue share that can reach up to 50%. We already have some nice differences compared to the previous plans. Based on this quick recap of the new plans and prices related to partners, is there anything you would like to delve into? Are there any questions you want to ask us? Is there anything that is unclear? We are here. We have 20-30 minutes available precisely to address your doubts and questions.
So while we wait and receive the first questions, I would like to try to take a step back to provide even more clarity on how the new plans will work. Starting from the 15th, we have thought for all our current partners to favor them in the in mode of delivery of the new plans. Meanwhile, what we are seeing is certainly an increased ease for end customers in choosing the new plans, because we have indeed, as some may have already noticed, identified 4 plans. Indeed, the free one, which I dare say is also a tool in favor of our partners, because it is the fastest way to fully test the platform. For those who might be your prospects or current clients looking for a WhatsApp marketing solution, but who have not yet decided on a budget to allocate. And so by starting to see how such a platform works, it allows them to indeed achieve the first results thanks to the strategies that you will then suggest, and thus be able to sell your assistance packages to your clients. How will it work? There will be two panels, one that will help you continue to monitor all the clients you have already accumulated in your history. So there will be no difficulty in distinguishing those clients you had already acquired up to February 15th with the historical plans and statuses, plus and professional. And so you will be able to continue monitoring the cashback you have accumulated on those clients and will continue to accumulate on those clients with the classic and logic you are already accustomed to. So the classic 10% revenue share logic on all those plans. Then you will find another panel that will be dedicated to the new plans, which will be a panel dedicated indeed to activating new plans, monitoring the revenue shares on the new plans. As Daniela Puntier has already mentioned, the revenue shares on the new plans with the agency panel will be very significant because they will go up to 40%. So based on everything you manage to sell during the current month, you will earn the ideal revenue share for that month. So to give it concreteness, we have identified the revenue share tiers that start from 100 euros and up. Therefore, everyone who activates a client that makes at least 100 euros will earn 10% up to the value of 1,500 euros. So on all those plans and on all that total of clients, instead that you will accumulate 1,500 euros during the current month, you can access a dual 20% revenue share, and thus from 1,500 euros up to 5,000 euros, there will be a 20% revenue share from 5,000 euros to 2,000 euros per month. The revenue share will be 30%, and from 2,000 euros and up, the revenue share will be very significant at 40%, allowing you to indeed have a great return in terms of revenue afterwards. The great advantage that you can acquire today is that with the new plans, which are subscription plans, you know that every customer you acquire will be added to the following month, making it much easier to scale the business and allowing you to work as well with what is the typical mode of startups, the SaaS model, which will allow you to scale and grow increasingly faster over time. This is what concerns indeed the new panel of the note of the agency. Within the new agency panel, you will also find the possibility to activate new clients. So there will be the option to create personalized links for all clients, all the clients you want to activate. Therefore, by creating this personalized link that you will share with your clients, you can choose whether to send an offer for a marketing plan or a service plan or a plan sales. Because I started with the marketing plan, as usually the marketing plan is the one most chosen by our clients, even though we started recently and we already imagined it would be like this. We are indeed receiving this feedback because in terms of functionality, it is the one that allows precisely to have a management sufficient to carry out both customer support activities, which is instead fully provided in the service plan, let's say. So the marketing plan will have all the functionalities of the service plan. Therefore, it is an upgrade, so to speak, in terms of functionality, plus all the typical marketing activities such as sending mass campaigns, generating marketing templates, the automations indeed that you are more accustomed to in marketing. Then moving on to the sales plan, which we recommend for those with strong integrations with e-commerce, because it is the one that allows the use of abandoned cart functions as well as payment requests directly in the app, so on WhatsApp, via PayPal. And so this is the scenario that will be configured. The cashback indeed will be claimable every month based on what you have accumulated. So you will have visibility each month on everything accumulated. If you decide not to request cashback in the current month, you can accumulate it and request it all later. 2, 3, 4 months when it is more convenient for you. I see that in the meantime, perhaps some questions have also arrived. Do you want to answer, Daniela?
Alex asked us if in the free plan it will be possible to call Potetta web reception of a message. So this will not be available in the free plan. We have planned the possibility of integration via web. For example, regarding the opening of a ticket, the assignment of an operator, but obviously not any activity that may involve the reception of a message. Let's also take a moment, a step back, in my opinion, because we know that in the utility plan, we will have the possibility to request all those templates of a transactional nature. These can be reminders or tracking of a package, while in marketing, we will also have the possibility to request commercial templates or marketing. So even in this case, when we have a business that develops from a purely commercial perspective, enabling a utility plan might not be useful, especially because in sending or always linking to the request Alex made about requests, sending, receiving, web, we might not send a message because it doesn't align with the category of the chosen plan. I don't know if this answer is clear. While regarding, Alex also asks us to put it in writing. You are probably referring to how the issue of agencies will be managed on the site. I think we will include a dedicated section where you can find all the information, but of course we will send you all this information by email so that at any time you have the opportunity to access the content of the available material.
Obviously, regarding the clarity and transparency of the agency plans, you will receive all the informational material in writing. An email should have already been sent in, which you should find all the tiers in writing. So the ones we mentioned earlier, from 100 to 1,500 euros, the cashback is a 10% revenue share. From 1,500 euros to 5,000 euros, it is 20%. From 5,000 to 20,000 euros, it is 30%. And from that amount upwards, it is 40%. So you can already find this information in an email that has been sent. We will send it again, of course, and it is not a problem to resend these communications. It was decided to make it easy for all of you to find basic information on our website, but not to make everything public, because we know that the end customers do not appreciate seeing what your advantages are, which could then become a leverage for them to ask you for negotiation elements. So it's a choice. We made to benefit you to provide basic information, and our partners will have this information in a very precise manner, but confidentially, thus knowing your conditions without having to express them indeed to the requests of potential clients with whom you will be negotiating. A subsequent topic, WhatsApp, is what, as Daniela mentioned, we will have later. So in the coming days following that, there is also the possibility to activate concurrently. So either the agency plan or the affiliate plan, which will instead arrive in a few more days, where, as Daniela had already explained well previously, there will be the possibility for you to access a revenue share, which in that case will indeed be tied for the first 12 months, because those who choose to access the affiliate panel will not have the obligation to manage those clients. So a very easy and streamlined use and competitive. However, I would like to move on to what I believe will be another juicy and interesting topic for many of you, which is the reseller plan. The reseller plan, on the other hand, will arrive in about 10 more days. So let's expect to be able to activate the agency panel for everyone right away. But shortly after, the reseller plan will also arrive. It will give you the possibility indeed to choose your own pricing policy. This is a great advantage because you can choose to be even more expensive than Spoki because you want to earn more. And you know that some customers have a little extra money to spend, so you can choose to have a higher price, but you can also decide in case you find a very advantageous offer on the market to lower the price and thus have an even more advantageous price than what is publicly offered by Spoki. So resellers, Publicato, will be able to set their pricing policy. All this works with a tool that involves strong discounting up to 50%. How will it work? Each of you can choose to activate a reseller panel by accessing the reseller panel. Billing will be monthly starting from the first day of the month, and you will pay in advance for the threshold you choose for the plans you want to provide to your clients. So to make a hypothesis among those we have foreseen, if you want to sell 1,500 euros worth of plans, you will pay them with a 20% discount, and therefore you will pay for them in a very advantageous way, being able to resell them for 1,500 euros, but also for 1,800 to 1,000 euros, based on your ability to negotiate in the market.
Also, I would like to add something. You can also add much more value to the activities, as along with the tool, you can also sell a strategy, the same strategy that you can then expand for all client accounts, meaning if you realize that a strategy is successful, you can easily duplicate it. So even in this case, we tend to add more value compared to just the product. I wanted to answer Gianfranco's question. So first of all, new plans will come into effect starting Saturday. This does not mean that the old plans will also be migrated from Saturday. You have time to migrate the plans until the end of May. So we can then get in touch, see how to proceed, and choose what is the best timing to make this transition. So if you have webhooks or other activities active on the Spoki platforms, you can rest assured because the deadline is the end of May. So everything we are discussing regarding the new plans will be from the 15th onwards. For new clients, the old clients will follow the same logic. To also answer Gianfranco, let's remember, and this is probably our fault for not mentioning it right away, that we are talking about a price related to the use of the platform. The recharge will be credited directly to Meta without additional fees. So you will pay Meta exactly at cost price, basically.
Exactly. So also to connect back to what Daniela was saying, the old clients will be migrated. You have until May to migrate the old clients, and you can choose which plan is the most suitable for each individual client, because perhaps based on the new plans, not everyone will need the sales plan or the marketing plan. You can choose to activate a plan for some of them service, and this service plan might be for 1,500 conversations rather than 250 or even 37,000 conversations per month. So you will have the opportunity to choose at the time of migration what is the right plan for them with the best conditions you need precisely to carry out the migration. Another advantage will also be the billing system. The new plans include 3 billing methods: a monthly subscription where the customer commits to paying the new subscription every month, a quarterly subscription where they can pay for the entire quarter in advance and receive a 10% discount, thus starting to save, or an annual subscription. So by guaranteeing the entire year, the customer receives a 20% discount, returning to the reseller plan. As I was mentioning, who among you will be interested in adopting this method? You will have the opportunity to access this plan, where billing will commence from the first month. You will be required to identify the minimum Nuovi package of revenue that you expect to generate with Spoki. Therefore, the first tier is set at 1,200 euros of guaranteed revenue, which is equivalent to 1,500 euros of product, which you will then have at your disposal in your hands And if you choose this exact tier for the entire current month, you will have the opportunity to continue activating panels with a 20% discount. Why do I say this? Because it is possible that you identify a tier that is not sufficient to sell all the panels to the end customers you have in mind. And so at the end of the month, there will be a billing based on actual usage that will compensate for all those extra plans you have activated, in addition to the minimum revenue you had guaranteed at the beginning of the month. So discount locked from the beginning of the month to the end of the month, and advance billing for the first month. At the end of the month, there will be a report, and there will be a compensation for all the new panels applied. The following month, if you have managed, fortunately, to activate many more panels, you can choose whether to move up to the higher tier and thus access a 30% discount. Or, more cautiously, you may want to stay on the previously chosen tier. Know that with a guaranteed minimum turnover of 25,000 euros, you will have a 50% discount, a discount that allows you to be, as they say in English, 50-50 partners. And so it means that what we are currently selling on the market for 50,000 euros, you acquire for 25,000 euros, which means a great opportunity to achieve large margins in the market, selling a product that you did not have to develop in-house, but which we have developed for you. The last topic on the reseller plan from an economic point of view is related to the top-ups. Because as Daniela rightly said, we wanted to clearly distinguish the value of the platform from the value of the top-ups, so as not to have any margin on the top-ups, which is the cost value of the meta conversations. Therefore, they will be paid one by one, and who will choose to enter the panel, resellers will have two options: to have the top-ups paid directly by their own client, and thus their client will pay the top-ups directly to Spoki, which will then pay them directly to Meta, or to have the top-ups paid into your wallet and distribute these top-ups to your end customers. So you will have this dual choice, and you will also have the option to decide whether to disable it or not. The ability for your clients to make top-ups directly on Spoki, so as to have complete control over your client.
I wanted to add something that I think is very important, or maybe we've already mentioned it, but I was reading the chats. The top-ups no longer have an expiration date. So even in this case, if you purchase, we have also identified top-up tiers, which are 49, 99, 149, and so on. You can choose the most suitable top-up amount. In relation, of course, to the subscription you have activated, our advice is always to purchase a top-up that will then allow you to cover all ongoing conversations, of course. But the credit will no longer expire. Based on all the feedback we have received over the past year with this new method, the top-up no longer has an expiration date, so you no longer have to worry about the credit expiring or not being able to use it within 3 months or 30 days. So in this regard, let's say we have also met your needs. Let's see if there are any other questions. Regarding the question Gianfranco asked us, we see this transition period as opportunities. First of all, with the new plans, you have the chance to see how your customers respond and which plan is actually most requested directly by them. As for the old ones, obviously, you have set up a series of strategies by being able to use all types of conversations abroad, all categories. So our advice for the old ones is to see how things are going, but propose a marketing plan because it covers most of the communications you want. Sent to their customers, of course. While for the new ones, consider what their needs are and choose then the plan that is actually more appropriate. We repeat, The marketing plan is what gives us total coverage on all types of conversations we want to include, or in any case foresee with the clients of our clients. So it is the plan that best covers everything, all the activities we want to implement. As for downgrading and upgrading, you can do it at any time. The upgrade happens the moment you click. For example, you realize that the conversations are not enough, or you need to change the plan because you need the conversations. Marketing, at the moment the upgrade is made, it switches you to the next plan at the same time. Correct. Just to be sure. As for downgrading, once you finish the subscription period, you can then proceed to downgrade. Even if you do it, for example, on the 15th, but on the 30th, the subscription renews. From the 1st of the following month, you will have the possibility to use Plan 3. So even in this case, there are no longer any rules that force you to maintain a subscription. You can go back at any time, pause it, without having the obligation to use it or the fear that the credit might expire. Regarding this, Christina asks us a question about the remaining balance. Will it all be transferred as a balance? Correct. Then the activation of the plan will be done separately. So if you have plans with a remaining balance, that balance will remain as a balance, and you need to activate the subscription. Thank you. This is always regarding the plans. The new ones will definitely follow certain logics. Also regarding immigration, you can rest assured, because whenever you need or want to talk to us, we are at your complete disposal. Absolutely, yes. If you need to have calls with us to understand something more, or if you have questions that arise later, at the end of this webinar, we will send you an email with all the material again, the replays of both this webinar and the previous one, and the possibility to book an in-depth call directly with the customer team.
Exactly. So, and don't doubt, because there will be plenty of materials at your disposal to try to do even better in the market. Daniela, who is currently the host, because she is your contact person, maybe not directly for everyone, but certainly being the soul of customer service, she is the person who follows you, who will give you the opportunity to better understand how to sell the new plans, how to also earn from these new plans, because it's not trivial to consider the revenue share of these amounts, 40% revenue share or 50% discounts on reseller plans. These are really very important amounts, and forgive me if I return once again to the reseller plan. But even here, there are things that we can make available to you, because all those who choose to activate the reseller plan instead of the agency plan will have the opportunity to have their company's logo in the header of Spoki, thus in platform's header. This means you will have even more visibility, allowing you to sell the product almost as if it were your own. And so this is certainly a tool of great advantage also in terms of visibility and communication that we want to make available to you. I don't know if in the meantime I see some messages coming through. There are many questions. So maybe Daniela, who I see is focused, wants to answer some of your questions.
Yes, Nicola is asking if the prices we sent are also visible on the website. At the moment, they are not. The content we sent is exclusive only to partners. On the website, we were saying earlier that we will probably create a section, but it will not be visible to the end customer, because, as we were saying, especially for reseller plans, you have the opportunity to resell it at a different, even higher price than what we offer. So let's say it's information that is better kept between us and not made public. So your clients will see our prices, your content which already gives you an advantage compared to what the client sees on the final site. Okay, at the moment it seems we have answered.
We managed to answer all the curiosities.
Which means that either we were too good
or we were too little, but we hope it's more the first scenario. In any case, we will have many moments, many opportunities to continue discussing these new plans. My invitation is to open the cages and unleash yourselves from the moment these plans become available. On the 15th, also for the new agency panels, because you will have many weapons in your arsenal, offers with accessible plans. Starting from 39 euros with the most economical plans, allowing you to really start with very small financial commitments. However, these are recurring financial commitments, which means that 39 euros a month may seem very little, but then over the course of a year, it's about 1500 euros, which you can add to your portfolio's revenue with a revenue share for you that can become significant. But also by being able to serve a more demanding customer segment, which are those clients who have dedicated quotes even beyond 37,000 conversations per month. So we can create dedicated quotes together with you for those large clients you might have in your portfolio. Because as I imagine you have seen, Spoki, at this moment, it is serving a wide range of clients, from smaller clients with more specific, smaller needs, to large clients who have significant customization needs through system integrators, software vendors. And so don't forget that there will be new developments for these types of partners as well. System integrators and software vendors will certainly be very important partners throughout 2025 for Spoki. And then if someone is connected, because I also saw some questions in other languages from Spanish to English. If you want, we can send this video in English and Spanish. Don't worry, we will help you conquer all countries and markets that you want. So don't worry, we are here available for all partners of all nationalities, from England to Spain to Germany. We will be able to cover the whole market. We are working to expand Spoki all over the world, and I can guarantee to you that we will do a great job together. I know for the Italians, forgive me for this excursion into a different linguistic territory, but there are many partners who follow us from different areas of the world. So it is right to be able to communicate with them as well. You Italians, don't be afraid either. With us, we can expand all over the world and we can do many things together. For any questions and curiosities, contact us, write to us. We are here at your disposal because partners are the soul of Spoki's growth. We invest a lot in our relationships with our partners, and we want this relationship to be close and strong. And whether you have questions and needs, we are here to try to answer your questions.
We see that there were no questions in the chat, so we repeat, either we were very good or we remain at your disposal in the coming days. Thank you. I reiterate that at the end of this video, you will receive an email with all the informational material about everything we have discussed in recent days in these last webinars, so that we can then delve into all your needs as well as their doubts in calls. Okay.
Okay.
We will then delve into each specific case in a call, because there might be there are situations that concern on a personal level, let's say, some agencies rather than others. So We can easily delve into this in a call. I repeat, we will now send you everything, including the possibility to schedule a follow-up call. With us, don't worry, we won't abandon you. We are here. And we are here indeed to carry out this migration in the best way possible, so the dates on it, so we posted are at your complete disposal. We have also run out of the time we have available as well as your time. So we say goodbye. We will send you everything shortly, and we'll talk in the coming days.
See you guys. Bye.
See you soon.